Hello everyone, my name is Seungjun Ha, and today I'll be presenting my final weather briefing project. For this assignment, I planned a cross-country flight from Kilo Alpha Uniform Mike Airport, which is in Austin, Minnesota, to Kilo Mike Delta Whiskey Airport, which is in Chicago Midway, Illinois. Let's dive into the details. This flight was designed for a distance of 255 nautical miles, estimated to take 3 hours in a Cessna 172S. While I calculated the fuel requirement at 27 gallons, I planned to fill the tanks to their maximum capacity of 53 gallons to ensure the safety. Here's the planned route on a sectional chart. And here is the navigation log for the planned cross-country flight. I will not go details for this slide, but I want to point out that our initial heading is 116 and our next heading, which is our final heading as well, is 115. So, which means we're keep heading to southeast direction. Now, I'll go over the outlook briefing first and then go over for the standard weather briefing. I got this weather information from the weather briefer, and I also refer and look the aviationweather.gov website and also the for flights. On the outlook briefing for the departure weather, I put the tab for nearby Class Delta airports, Kilo Romeo Sierra Tango, on the slide, which forecasts low ceiling at 1,000 feet and possible improvements to marginal VFR after 0400 Zulu. On the outlook briefing for the en route's weather, the en route condition included VFR weather along much of the route. For instance, Kilo Delta Bravo Quebec Airport reported broken clouds at 5,000 feet and excellent visibility of 10 statute mile. I choose to put the weather information from the Kilo Delta Bravo Quebec airports because this airport is approximately middle point of en route, and this airport is the one which reported the lowest ceiling on my route. Below the tab, I put the winds and temperature of the chart. The data is based on 271200 Zulu, and it is for use of departure 1400 Zulu to 2100 Zulu. For the wind station, Kilo Delta Bravo Quebec, it's reporting at 6,000 feet, winds 270 at 06 knots, and the temperature is at -5 degrees Celsius. And along the altitude, I do not see any temperature inversion, and I can see the wind is pretty calm. At the destination Kilo Mike Delta Whiskey Airport, the outlook was favorable. The tab forecast VFR with scattered clouds at 8,000 feet and broken clouds at 20,000 feet. While light northerly winds and minor turbulence were expected, overall conditions were conducive to a safe arrival. As you see the prog chart that I attached, the marginal VFR condition and the IFR condition is coming toward the south as time goes on. Outlook briefing forecast summary for 2100 Zulu flight. Departure, IFR condition expected, and on the en route and the arrival, the VFR condition is expected. The standard briefing for Kilo Alpha Uniform Mike Airport at 2035 Zulu provided similar condition as briefed on Outlook briefing. Overcast skies at 1200 feet, visibility of 10 statute miles, and a temperature of -4 degrees Celsius, and the dew point at -6 degrees Celsius. And this reinforced the IFR and icing forecast, particularly given the lack of de-icing equipment on the Cessna 172S. En route meters at Kilo Foxtrot Echo Papa Airport and Kilo Delta Bravo Quebec Airport reported VFR condition with ceiling at 5,000 to 6,500 feet and visibility of 10 statute miles. Winds were light, generally under 10 knots, and temperatures remain above freezing, but still icing can be occur as warm as 5 degrees Celsius, so I'll keep this condition in mind as well. Next, let's look at the en route weather highlights from the tabs at Kilo Julia Victor Lima Airport, a southern Wisconsin regional, and Kilo Romeo Foxtrot Delta Chicago Rockford International Airport. For Kilo Julia Victor Lima Airport, the initial forecast indicated VFR condition with broken clouds at 25,000 feet and winds from 090 at 5 knots. For Kilo Romeo Foxtrot Delta Airport, the TAF initially showed VFR condition as well, with broken clouds at 8,000 feet, overcast at 20,000 feet, and winds from 030 at 5 knots. By 0300 Zulu, on November 28th, condition improved further, with few clouds at 4,000 feet and overcast at 12,000 feet, with winds shifting to 350 at 9 knots. and this forecast confirmed VFR condition along the en route portion. These two Proc charts shows really well that the VFR condition can be expected along the route. On the standard weather briefing for arrival, at Kilo Mike Delta Whiskey Airport, the standard weather briefing indicates broken clouds at 9,000 feet, overcast at 18,000 feet, and light winds from 090 at 5 knots. This confirmed VFR condition at the destination. Now let's take a closer look at the PIREPs issued around the destination. The location provided is Lima Oscar Tango 135013, which indicates a position 13 nautical miles southeast of Lewis University Airport on the 135 radar. The report was submitted at 2026 Zulu at an altitude of 5,500 feet by Cessna 172. Sky conditions were reported as overcast at 9,000 feet with visibility of 9 statute miles, a temperature of -1 degree Celsius, and no turbulence or icing reported. For the TEF, initial forecast, which includes our flight time, broken clouds at 8,000 feet, overcast at 20,000 feet, winds 050 at 6 knots. Next, we have an AirMet issued along the routes, which is crucial for understanding the potential hazards while flying. This specific AirMet is for IFR condition and was issued for the region covering Minnesota. There was a AirMet Sierra issued for region of Indiana and Illinois, which is my destination region, but I did not put on the slide since it moves more towards east-northeast and should not be a big factor on my flight time. For the AirMet Sierra issued on Minnesota region, the AirMet was issued at 2045 Zulu on 27th with a valid period till 0000 Zulu on 28th. This slide presents an AirMet for moderate icing conditions. The advisory is valid till November 28th at 0000 Zulu and was issued on November 27 at 2045 Zulu. The advisory highlights a moderate severity level with the affected area being the state of Minnesota. The icing is expected from surface level or 0 feet and extends up to 14,000 feet in altitude. This advisory is issued due to icing condition caused by atmospheric moisture combined with freezing temperatures. This wind chart and surface analysis chart show stable wind condition and no significant surface weather disturbance along the routes. However, the low ceiling at Kilo Alpha Uniform Mike Airport paired with icing risk creates a hazardous situation for departure. My final decision was to cancel the flight. While VFR was achievable on en route and at the destination, the departure posed significant risks. The low ceiling at Kilo Alpha Uniform Mike Airport of 1,200 feet was unsuitable for safe operation without requesting special VFR clearance. However, special VFR would require maintaining visual separation from terrain, and this was further complicated by presence of numerous windmills in the departure area, as you can see on the sectional chart that I attached on the slide. It's true that I could proceed it in IFR, but the AirMet Zulu for moderate icing was another critical factor. With temperatures at Kilo Alpha Uniform Mike Airport already below freezing, and the temperature is pretty close to dew points, and no de-icing equipment on the Cessna 172S, the risk was unacceptable. Safety is the top priority in aviation. The combination of these factors led me to conclude that it was unsafe to proceed with the flight. Even though IFR could have been an option, the additional risk outweighed the benefits. This project reinforced the importance through weather analysis in decision making. While it's tempting to proceed with a planned flight, it's crucial to prioritize safety over convenience. The risk of icing combined with low ceiling and terrain hazard near Kilo Alpha Uniform Mike Airport made this a clear no-go decision. This exercise also highlighted the limitation of small general aviation aircraft like the Cessna 172S in adverse weather. As pilots, we must respect this limitation and adapt our plans accordingly. These are the citations for the sources that I used for the presentation. Thank you for listening.